What's going on, everybody? Thumbnail says it all. Liver King looks like he's about to be going on a downward spiral very soon. I'm your host, David Fiore. You're on the SEW channel, Stronger Every Week. Let's talk about this real quick. You have a man that we clearly all knew was on the juice, and he used that to propel a company of his own supplements. Now, in my personal opinion and my professional opinion, I don't think it's anybody's business to know what you do in your private time. Drugs, steroids, alcohol, that's for you and your family to work out. But as a consumer, I'm glad he was finally outed, because he makes $100 million plus off a supplement company that many ignorant people, and I'll say not ignorant in a harsh term, but just not educated enough to know that he is truly on, or didn't want to believe he was truly on steroids. He amassed millions of followers and made millions of dollars off the fact that he was drug-free, never took any PEDs, no peptides, no anything. Now a laundry list comes out of all the stuff he's taken. The 5 IUs or 6 IUs twice a day of growth pharmagrade, the 0.6 cc a test, 0.6 cc a nandrolone, the IGF-1 LR, all the peptides. I mean, I don't write stuff down because my channel is 100% authentic, but I heard through the grapevine, I got a couple texts this morning with literally screenshots of another YouTuber put up his emails, and he was seeking advice a year and a half ago. So, in my opinion, not a cool dude. I knew it was a gimmick. I mean, you can just tell it's a gimmick, but having a fake persona like a wrestler is one thing. I know a lot of business people act one way in public than they do in private. A lot of high-powered business people are that way. They turn it on when they have to. They turn it off and just like, oh, I'm just going to kick back, and be myself. I don't have that switch, so the person you see on camera is the person I am in real life. And I can say this 100%. If you are a person that creates a persona like Kobe Covington, I mean, he don't act like a WWE wrestler all the time, only when he's trying to promote a fight, right? When he's not trying to promote a fight, he gets punched in the face and he calls the cops. So back to Liver King, he does that, and that's cool. If he would have just came out, and I firmly believe this, if he would have just came out 2 years ago, they said, so what are you taking? And he was like, well, I take my supplements, but I also take this. He still would have made millions of dollars because he's got a great personality. He sells it very well. And people still would have liked him because there would be no looming question. If he would have just came out and said, I believe in my supplements and I take these. I mean, this is what got me started. But to take it a little extra mile, I hired a doctor. I got some blood work, got some consultations done, and this is what I take. I'm not telling you to take it, but this is what I take. His company still would have done very well, and people would have liked the character. Instead, he kind of turned into a charlatan, which that's the part I don't like. That's the fine line that he walked and he got caught up on, was he promoted his supplement company. He promoted eating, animal meats and livers and organs and, all this stuff. And all the information is kind of true. Just one major fact, that all the growth hormone and all the peptides he was on, And then the Winstrol and the Test and the Deca got him there. So claiming to be drug free, in my opinion, is a BS move to promote his company, because he's a very charismatic character, and that's what he is. He's a character. I actually still think the dude's pretty cool. I like, anybody with any common sense knows from jump that that dude is 1,000,000% on, and he's lying. But people kept asking him the question, and his downfall, and you can't even say it's a downfall. It's out there now. So now what's he do? Does he go on a press tour, basically saying, "Hey, man, I'm in my 40s. I consulted with a bunch of people. All he's got to say is, I don't want to put the wrong message out to the kids." Remember when I was younger, Hulk Hogan, what was it? Say your prayers, eat your meals, take your vitamins. You're right. The Hulkster, dude, you're shooting a gram of tests a week for maintenance. So if you don't know what a gram of tests is, Google it. But in all seriousness, I don't like the way that he kind of pulled one over on the kids and stuff that really believed he was drug free. So, I'm not a hater. I'm not doing this for clicks and views. I'm doing this to give my honest opinion on it, because it's a topic related to my channel, which is I did a video about why you do not need steroids, and that'll be out at 1 p.m. Pacific time today. So my whole thing is, do I think because of the way he acted and denied everything that he's just going to fall off the face of the earth? Absolutely not. There's still people that believe him. I like his videos. I never bought his supplements because, to me, a supplement's a supplement. There's a couple that I did deep dives on, and that's in the Why You Don't Need PEDs video, so watch that. But overall, he got caught in a lie, and in my personal opinion, he didn't have to tell that lie to be as popular as he became, because more people want him on the podcast, on the radio show. More people wanted to come visit him in his ranch and interview him, to ask a bunch of BS questions and then say, "Hey, are you on the juice?" And he said no. Well, we all knew he was, but that answer he gave is what gave everybody a boost in their likes and views and made him look more ridiculous. So here's the bottom line. Nobody is surprised that he has a laundry list of things that he takes. And I know everything that he takes, and it's not really that bad. So that's why I can't believe he didn't come out and say it. It's under doctor's care. But here's the thing, like once again, because I don't edit my videos, so if I repeat myself, it is what it is. That's the real David. If he would have just came out and said, "I have a supplement company, I'm jacked, this is what I eat, do you take stuff?" Maybe if he denied it morally a couple times, because it's really nobody's business, then finally after like 3 months, he finally said, "Dude, okay, he didn't have to go out into a laundry list. He could say, "I take Test Deca and Anavar. I don't recommend anybody taking it. My supplements do work. I really kind of eat this way. I work my ass off, and this is why I'm successful." He didn't do that. He lied for a year. But once again, I don't hate on the dude. I think he should have just said up front what he's taken, but reinforce that he really believes in his supplements. Reinforce that he really believes in being a carnivore, right? Just eating lots of red meat and stuff like that. One thing I did find interesting about the screenshots that I received, because I haven't watched anybody else's video or anything like that, was I pinch zoom it, and I do wear glasses, I just don't wear them for the camera, is in his diet, was a lot of dextrose, which, if anybody don't know what that is, it's a real condensed form of carbohydrate. His shakes were high carbs, they were high protein, raw eggs, stuff like that. And the one thing that shocked me from supposedly all the meat he does eat, and I do believe he eats a lot of meat, he takes 10 grams of creatine a day. That's the only thing that really shocked me out of everything. But when I woke up to literally like 40 texts, and I looked at him at my last and I was like, this ain't news. Like, I know he was on, but I wanted to talk a little bit about it here on the channel because it's related to the channel, and it's my 100% factual opinion in my personal belief system that if he would have just made a supplement company, been the character that he is on camera, he might not have made hundreds of millions and had 80 million followers on his YouTubes or whatever, his social medias, but he had been very comfortable, and people would have loved that character, and he would never had to answer that question. But do I think this is going to be a downfall? Absolutely not. I think the next press run is going to be, I didn't really want to tell people what I was taking because, kids that have access to the internet and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And a month from now, they'll be on everybody's podcast that already had them, everybody's radio show that already had them. And they'll be like, so what does it feel like to come clean? And he'll be like, hey, man, I just don't want to put a bad message out to the kids. In about 3 months, he'll still be the Liver King. He's still going to make millions of dollars. He's still going to have millions of followers. There's going to be a million memes, but make no mistake, I don't think that's crushing his business. For his sake. I hope I am right for his sake. If I'm not, once again, if I'm not, he should have just came out from the beginning. He still would have made money. I'm David Fiore. That's my assessment of the Liver King situation. Please like, subscribe, and share. And remember, our motto here is SEW, stronger every week, whether it's mentally, physically, or emotionally. Peace out.